So who's up
Oh,
next? You got this next person is that person requested?
yeah, Issa has requested, and then we've got a lineup after
Yeah,
Issa.
go ahead and bring them in. Go ahead and bring them in.
All right, Issa is connecting.
What's up with y'all? First of all,
And you are a co-chair of the CPUSA.
Haas. Hear me out. First of all, I'm not pussy, so I'm not in CPUSA. I just said that because I wanted to come up here. You already know what it is. Second of all, Haas, would you allow me to say something before I talk to you a little bit? I just want to say something real quick. You might agree with it.
Go ahead.
Thank you. That's real generous of you. So first of all, while I'm up here and I have this platform, I want to say fuck all the sex trade expansionists in this space that have me blocked. I also want to say fuck you to every nigga on this planet that has me blocked. And I also want to say that if you're a white person with black nationalism in your bio, I'm sorry, but that's cringe, bro. I'm black. And I just want to say
That's
personally
great.
that you niggas are not supporting us by putting supporter of black nationalism in your bio. I don't care if you actually support black nationalism. That shit is cringy as fuck. And like you're a nigga, like you're not a Negro. You don't apply. Harry Haywood did not write for you. So I need you to get off of our collective dicks, including mine, because I'm transsexual or whatever. And thank you for that. Now, Haas, bro, what's good with you? How your day been, bro?
Well, you know how it is, just dealing with that CPUSA drama.
Haas, I'm not even gonna lie to you. I don't know nothing about CPUSA like that, but all them niggas are pussy. Like no misogyny, but like look at the state of your ops in this space, bro. That nigga came in here out of breath. And as somebody who's been vaguely aware of your content for such a long period of time, I would become the first Maoist American patriot. Like, it's really USA in this hoe. You know what I mean? Like, it's really the US Pan African shit in this Pan African Maoism, patriotism. You know what I mean? Like, and they not fucking with the wave, Haas. How do you feel about that though? Like, do you support Pan Africanism broadly, or
Hell yeah, I do. The biggest inspiration for infrared, you can look it up. One of my first videos was the Pan Africanist economic freedom fighters of South
are you
Africa.
for real? Oh
And
shit!
absolutely, that was our biggest inspiration. The whole reason we adopted this because we're trying to apply that to the U.S. conditions in the best way possible. That's the most successful socialist movement on the planet that's not in power. Is the economic freedom fighters of South Africa, and they are Pan Africanists. One of the founding members of Infrared is a Pan Africanist who's in Africa right now teaching.
All right,
So that was one of the
Haas, I
founding
wanna.
members. You can look at one of our founding videos was an interview with another Pan Africanist. So yeah, we've always been, and we're also big on the Afrofuturism thing too, because we believe that Africa is the next stage of world history, like Asia was before China then, and then Africa's gonna be the future. So that's what we believe.
All right, Haas, can I talk to you about something? I feel like, you got your little Twitch channel, you got your YouTube channel or whatever, but I feel like you're not making content that niggas really fuck with. Like you make like your fan base is like very online, and you got to start, trying to connect with like the black proletariat in the so-called U.S. Like you really got to make content for black. Like, do you like, Harry Haywood, George Jackson? How you feel about them? Because those are my favorite black
No,
revolutionaries
yeah,
personally.
we've been reading them before we went public. We've been into all that shit. But the thing is that I am not black,
That
so
is
I'm not
true.
gonna be.
You're a nonger. You're not black at all.
Yeah, I'm not gonna be a leader of the black community. I don't expect. I respect the ability for the black community to have its own leaders, and I'm willing to work with those people, but I'm not gonna be able to, guide the black masses
You know
because
what? You know what? I respect that because it's
yeah,
way too many non-black people who think that they can lead us like we sheep in a herd. And
yeah,
Haas also while I'm up here, I know that I'm in your house, so I'm not gonna do nothing, without telling you about it. So I'm gonna let you know right now. You know, I see that your co-host is a Catholic, and I just want to say right now, Islam is the last real religion left. The rest of that shit is watered down. Like Islam is really for the gorillas. That nigga Keaton is not from the trenches. You are not a street nigga. You're not him, bro. You should change your pronouns to she her.
nah,
You are
bro.
not him. You
Listen, bro. You gotta respect all. Islam teaches to respect all, especially the Abrahamic religions. Catholic. That's an Abrahamic religion. you know,
You're
the
right. You're right. You're right. You're right. You know what? You know
Catholicism.
what?
Yeah,
That was very rude of me. Huh? You know what? Let me roll that back because me saying that you should change your pronouns to she her, like that's my job as the resident transsexual up on the speaking panel right now. I also want to say shout out to Tesneem. That was the girl that you just had up. That's my ride or die. You feel me? The rest of these niggas. Tesneem said that she don't get no DMs on this app, but it's not true because I seen they DMs and it's just all like these thirsty, fake internet Maoists. Like they're all fake, like they're all like a part of like a cult, bro. Like they're all like, oh, I love
absolutely.
your drawings. Every anti-patriotic socialist is a child, bro. Like it's crazy how
Yeah, we
they they
noticed.
they lie for women's attention. How do you feel about that?
Well, that's how it works. Is that a lot of these people are in this? They're in that leftist community because it honestly comes from desperation, and they feel like women tend to be leftist more often than men, so they become leftist because they're trying to get that leftist pussy or whatever you gotta say. So they're really just in it for because these leftist dudes are the biggest rejects and losers of our society. They have no way of interacting with any females in any other context except blackmailing them into interactions by forcing them through actively
On
like,
God,
oh,
on God too. And Haas, I'm not gonna lie to you. Like,
this is what these grotesque ass motherfucking leftist males are doing. They're joining the leftist movement, and then because these women are in this movement trying to do activism or whatever the fuck, leftist males are basically forcing them to give them attention. They're going, "Oh, you're my comrade, aren't you?"
right,
So
right, right, right. But Haas, hear me out. I feel like while I'm up here, so much like this isn't even just exclusive to the non-patriotic socialist left. Like, I'm not gonna lie, a lot of pat socks on this app are straight pussy. Like they're chronically online. Like, how do you plan? Do you plan to like change that?
first of all,
Because I
I've
feel like
never
because
we
Haas personally, I feel like your fan base is straight coochie, like vagina juice, and I really need you to fix that. Them niggas are not gorillas, bro.
they are gorillas. You have to understand. I don't know who you're talking about, but
Or
first of all,
maybe I just read it to the wrong section, but I feel like with your fan base, I feel like
listen,
niggas don't fuck with the patriotic socialism because we're black, bro. Like we don't give a fuck about
bro,
this
the
country.
patriotic socialism label was not ours. That was thrown on us. All
Oh
we
damn,
did was
what's the real label, bro? Put me on.
we're just Marxist Leninists. We consider ourselves normal Marxist Leninists. And a normal Marxist Leninist is going to be patriotic for their people. And if you're a black American, you're living in America, you are going to be patriotic for black Americans. So that's what patriotism means. The Black Panthers, they were Marxist Leninists. They were also patriots for their black people. That's what being a patriot means. It means putting yourself in the soil of your people and your working class and not pretending to be this universal Trotsky bullshit. So that's the difference. All Marxist Leninists are patriotic. I have not. Though I said the label patriotic socialism is misidentifying us because it's making it seem like we're trying to be like
Mm-hmm.
AOC or Bernie supporting the war and calling it patriot. That's not what we're about. Okay, we're just saying this should never been a discussion to begin with. This should never
Right.
been a debate to begin with.
Yeah, that's how. Like, I really just feel like so much of the Pat Sock label that gets put on you since you said you rejected or whatever. I feel like that's really hurting your brand image because a lot of black people in the U.S. hear the word patriotic and they immediately just gonna throw you out because it's like, what the fuck is this flag? Like, I'm not respecting no nigga that would stand for the flag personally. I don't give a fuck if you would stand for it, right now or later. But I just feel like a bunch of niggas with American flags and they display name is crazy to me. I feel like that's actually crazy to me.
Yeah,
How do you
but
feel about that? Am I
because
reaching? Am I
because
reaching, bro?
not yeah, because there's a miscommunication here. Because when they're doing that, they're not doing it to knock on black people. They're not doing it to knock on minorities who have been wronged by America. And those people do have a right to be against America, and they have a right to be against the flag because they've been wronged by the system in a specific way.
That's
When
why
they're
I hate it.
repping when they're repping the flag, they're signaling against the white leftist elites who are turning against the white working class. You understand? It's not against black America, it's against the white leftists who are acting all like they're cosmopolitans and they're just above it all. and that they don't belong to any specific people. They're enlightened and they live in the cities and they're more educated than everybody, and they're like, they're more enlightened. They're enlightened liberals and that kind of shit. That's what they're doing it against. They're not doing it against black people in this country. Listen, if you have been specifically wronged by America, you should not have to be expected to trust America or its symbols.
Oh,
But
thank God, because I don't. I got
if
into it
you're,
with police like
yeah,
last month.
yeah, I respect that. That's by default. I respect that. But if you're a white leftist and
Mhm.
you're virtue signaling about how anti-American you are, you're trying to absolve yourself of responsibility of your own community. You're trying to absolve yourself of responsibility of taking leadership of your own community and righting the wrongs that have been done against the black people of this country, specifically in the form of the denial of the 40 acres and a mule that was promised to black Americans after the Civil War, that would have made them equal members of this country and give them a piece of the American pie, and that was denied to them. So that's what I'm taught. That's what they're signaling against. Black Americans have the right to give up on America because it's wronged them. But I do not believe white leftists who have benefited from America have that right. I think they should take their privilege and use it for just ends.
Yeah, and I just want to say that not even trying to be that person, but 40 acres and a mule is like a bullshit concept. Like that was made to really fuck over Black Americans, who you would call Black American. I call it Africans in America personally. I reject, the whole American part of the label. But I do think like, what are some things that you think that white leftists just absolutely should not be doing? Because earlier, the person that had like Black nationalism in their bio, they followed me and they asked me like, is it wrong to have supporter of Black nationalism in my bio? And I was like, I'm not gonna lie, like that shit is really cringe. It feels like the so-called ML version of putting BLM in your bio. And the second that he runs into a black person that disagree with him, it's probably gonna come out. So like, what are some tips for all the crackers in the room? Like, what are some things that you think that they should avoid like at all costs? And then I can give like my own personal things,
Avoid
about what I think they shouldn't do.
avoid using minorities as an outlet for your specific grievances with your community. Just because you've been wronged by your own community and you've been thrown in the locker and you've been getting a wedgie and you're being flushed down the toilet, getting a swirly or whatever the fuck happened to you, don't act like that puts you in solidarity with black people or Latinos or other ethnic minorities, because that just means you're the loser of the white community. They don't want losers in their community, I would guess. They want to make deals with the winners that benefits them.
Okay, yeah, I agree with that. Also, I would say for white left, but even non-black leftists, even those of us who are black, like keep that like the second that most black radicals see an American flag in your bio or in your display name, like we're gonna disregard what you have to say because we really we really just been fucked over by this country time and time again. And I feel like a lot of so-called Pat Sock Twitter, whether self-identified or not, really does like the reason why so many of these people are actually just crackers is because of that. Like they're not connected with no actual black people. You feel me? So I feel like as white leftists, keep that fucking American flag away from us, and also like stop using the advent of things like BLM or our protests against state sanctioned murder and violence to do your photo ops or to like get your followers up. Like because the like that is literally textbook opportunism, and there's so many people who will come into our poorer neighborhoods for photo ops while it's trendy and then leave us and then wonder why black people aren't exactly rallying behind these non Negroes to overthrow the government. And I just I think that
Listen, let me
I
tell you what. All right.
pause. I hate to interrupt here,
Yeah.
but I would just like to say welcome to David Mastrisi, who is a writer for the Huffington Post and Vice News, who is currently listening to
Yeah.
yeah,
this.
I appreciate you
Go
shouting him out. I also want to
go
say
go
that
ahead. Go ahead and invite that dude. Let's get this famous glowy
All
ass
right,
I,
let's
I
try to
also want to
motherfucking
find
say,
this gentleman.
before I head out.
mainstream media as motherfucking Vice
Hey,
News
wait, wait, wait.
as of that's a, as of dude, right?
Yeah,
Let's bring
before
on
before I
the
head out,
Vice.
Haas, before I
Yeah,
head out, I just want
yeah.
to say a couple of things. First of all, everybody who's in here listening to me talk, you follow me on here. My ad is at End Sanctions. I tweet about, anti-cap. I do anti-imperialism, all of it. Two, I want to say if you're a PATSOC, patriotic socialist, whether self-identified or not, don't follow me. You're corny. You're probably not black, and I think that shit is really goofy. And third of all, I want to say eternal glory to the banner of Marxism, Leninism, Maoism. Rest in peace, Abimael Guzman, aka Chairman Gonzalo, and glory to the People's War in the Philippines, Turkey, India, and Peru. Thank you for your time.
Come on, bro. You gotta make it cringe. Come on.
Yeah, that person was with Red Menace or whatever podcast.
Listen.